beyond the hype.
That's what we're doing today.
Exactly. You want to get past the noise, right? Understand what's really happening without wading through tons of information.
Find those aha moments, but efficiently.
Right. So today we're taking a deep dive into these promises of instantly profitable email marketing businesses, specifically a company called Clickerr.
Clickerr. Yeah. We've got some interesting, maybe concerning stuff you brought us about them.
Yeah. So our mission, if you will, is to unpack what Clickerr claims, these big promises.
And stack them up against what actual users are saying. And, well, some pretty serious warnings we found.
We've got their own website material, an article that links Clickerr to another company called Cliqly.
Cliqly, yes. With a, let's say, complicated history.
And first-hand user reviews. So let's just jump right in.
Okay, so beyond the hype it is. Looking at Clicker's own pitch, you can see the appeal. It's strong.
Oh, definitely. This idea of owning a profitable email business from day one.
Skipping the struggle. They even mention that 98% of people fail trying to build this stuff from scratch.
Yeah.
That statistic grabs you.
It really does. And they paint this picture, no need to build a list.
They give you one, like 1,000, maybe 2,000 subscribers, boom.
And pre-written emails, high converting apparently, proven offers. It's all just handed to you.
The whole done-for-you dream, essentially. Yeah. Plus, that claim, over $38 million generated for members, that sounds huge.
It's a massive number. And the way they lay out the Clickerr system...
It sounds so simple, doesn't it? Pick a niche, internet marketing, weight loss, whatever.
Choose an account that's already got subscribers, already making money.
Get started right away, and then just scale it up with their help.
The whole vibe is ease, speed, make your first money tonight. That's a quote.
Yeah, avoid all the heavy lifting of actually building a business. That's the promise.
But then there's this article, and it throws a bit of a wrench in the works.
A pretty big wrench, maybe. It connects Clickerr directly to Cliqly, calls it a sister company.
And more than that, calls it a reboot of the cycle of fraud, which is, wow, strong words.
Extremely strong. The article is blunt. It alleges Cliqly owes, potentially, thousands of members over $1 million, unpaid commissions.
$1 million? That's significant.
And it gets worse. The article claims the whole Cliqly system is basically dead because of Google cracking down on spam and, email abuse.
So the foundation of that business model, gone.
That's what the article suggests.
Yeah.
Which makes you ask, okay, if that model failed, why just start a new company that looks almost identical?
Exactly. Why not fix the issues with Cliqly? Why not pay the people you supposedly owe?
That's the implication, isn't it? The article suggests Clickerr is maybe a way for the person behind Cliqly, Bobby Jones' name,
to just sidestep those debts, avoid the fallout, and continue the same activities under a fresh banner.
It raises serious questions about accountability and, frankly, about loyalty to the people who invested time and money in Cliqly.
Yeah, that loyalty point feels really important here. It looks like potentially abandoning one ship while it's sinking and just hopping onto a new one.
Leaving the old crew, perhaps, adrift. That's the picture painted. And unfortunately, the user reviews we found, they seem to echo some of these concerns.
You really do. Looking at Trustpilot, it's pretty grim.
What are the main themes you saw?
Payments.
Yeah.
Or rather, lack of payments. Terrible support or just no support at all. And yeah, people flat out calling it a scam.
And it doesn't seem like one or two disgruntled people. It sounds like a pattern.
A definite pattern, which again makes you circle back to that question, why launch new instead of fixing old? Where's the focus?
Take this one reviewer, TB. They put in over $1,000 with Cliqly. No commission paid since March 2024.
Wow.
And then apparently forced to pay a monthly fee just to access their account, even without getting paid.
That sounds unbelievable.
Their frustration is palpable. They're talking legal options, telling people to complain to the BBB, the FTC, IRS, state AGs, you name it.
That's someone who feels seriously wronged. And again, launching Clickerr while this is happening, it feels off.
Very off. Then there's Tyrone. Says he's owed over $1,200. No support for over a year.
A year?
Yeah. And get this. He paid for some new support program for 2 months. Still got no response.
Paying for support you're not getting while you're already owed money, that's just adding insult to injury.
It really highlights that feeling of being ignored, doesn't it?
Yeah.
While the company, potentially, focuses energy on this new Clickerr thing.
Then Sharon Kramer's review. That one's also quite detailed. Paychecks just stopped.
It stopped completely.
Yeah. Unauthorized charges showing up. Offers of credits or installment plans for the money owed?
That never actually materialized.
Exactly. She accuses them of blaming others, but still signing up new people, presumably for Clickerr now, while not paying the existing members from Cliqly.
And she mentioned a 1099 form for income she never received.
Yeah, that adds a whole other layer of complexity and, frankly, concern about their practices. It really hits that loyalty point, again, focusing on the new recruits over the old guard.
It paints a picture of prioritizing new income over existing obligations. Deborah Barr's story is similar, waiting 9 months plus for payments.
9 months.
And then this new fee comes in. She called it like a ransom. Basically, pay us more if you want any chance of getting your money.
That feels incredibly predatory.
She also spent over $5,000, she says, with no return. And she alleges the whole lead system isn't fair, that it's selective.
So, problems beyond just payments. Potential issues with the core system itself.
Which again makes you wonder about launching Clickerr. Is it the same potentially flawed system, just repackaged?
And finally, Hilda Bacayo. Invested for 8 months, bought credits, had commissions pending, never got them.
Her husband, too. Same situation.
Right. She describes support as hopeless. Eventually, she had to file a dispute just to get her initial investment back.
She got it back through a dispute. That's telling.
Very telling. And she calls Cliqly a fraud and scam, warns everyone else away. Her experience sounds like a real battle.
So putting it all together, it's quite a contrast, isn't it?
It's night and day. Clickerr promises this smooth, easy path to profit.
And the alleged reality, tied to its predecessor Cliqly, is accusations of massive unpaid commissions, a possibly broken system.
Terrible or non-existent support and users feeling completely abandoned.
And this strategy, this apparent decision to just launch a new brand, Clickerr, instead of dealing with the Cliqly mess.
It feels like trying to escape the past rather than fixing it. It shouts disloyalty to those early adopters, the Cliqly members.
It definitely raises major red flags. If a company appears willing to leave one set of customers behind with unresolved issues, what guarantee is there for the next set?
That's the crux of it. For you listening, wanting clear info quickly, this connection, these user stories, they are critical context.
They paint a picture that's vastly different from the marketing hype. The experiences suggest significant risks.
Beyond the hype, we started there, and the information really forces us back there. That shiny promise of easy money.
Versus the reported reality of unpaid earnings, ignored support tickets, and real financial losses for some.
It just hammers home how vital it is to look past the sales pitch. You have to scrutinize the track record, the history, the reputation.
Especially when something looks too good to be true. And this whole situation, launching Clickerr while Cliqly, seems to be imploding with unhappy users. It raises those ethical questions about loyalty and responsibility.
So here's something for you to think about. When you see a new opportunity, maybe one that sounds incredibly easy, how much weight do you give to the past?
If there are serious claims about previous ventures, about unpaid debts or unhappy customers tied to the same people, what are those non-negotiable red flags? Especially when they're offering a fresh start. That might just be a way to avoid dealing with an old mess. It's something to really ponder before jumping in.